by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, I'll fight. Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right by you.
Welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. Guys, I'm going to jump right into this because this is a question that has come up quite a few times over the last week. So I wanted to take a moment to just make an episode and sort of address it, sort of talk about it, maybe ask everybody a few questions along the way. So, co-parenting, specifically bio-dad and how he's talking about you, stepdad, to the kids, to mom, to friends, to family members, to friggin' at picnics, you know, at work, whatever it might be. Maybe he's even making videos about it. I don't know. But a lot of stress and a lot of like I'm stressed or I'm struggling or I need helps from stepdads who are really just having a hard time understanding why bio-dad, especially in a co-parenting situation where you kind of want harmony, right? You want like a cohesiveness when it comes to like the wellness of the children. Why is bio-dad going out of his way to like undercut me? Or why is bio-dad going out of his way to make me feel small? Or does he not even understand what he's doing is really not only hurting me as a man, but me as like an individual who is trying to become a really good stepfather? Or, you know, some of the things that he says behind my back or to mom is really affecting our relationship when he's not around. It's almost like he drops mental grenades and they explode in freaking in moments, weeks later, that causes stepdad and mom to fight. And there are a lot of stepdads out there that are having a hard time navigating their way through this. And one of the reasons you are having a hard time navigating your way through a bio-dad who is actively going out of his way to sabotage you, you're having a hard time because you are doing everything you can to give energy to it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're giving energy to somebody that's negative, if you're giving energy or you're allowing somebody that's negative, you're allowing them to see it's affecting you or that it's really causing problems. Do you think that they're going to stop, especially if their intentions are bad? If they're intending to blow up your situation, stepdad, it's not going to just go away because you look at him and say, you hurt my feelings. That's not how it fucking works. At the end of the day, you have to look at a lot of key factors here. One, whatever happened with bio-dad and mom in the relationship before you showed up, stepdad, has nothing to fucking do with you. Nothing. I know you think that it does because your first instinct is to protect. Your first instinct is to try to solve, but that it has nothing to do with you. Okay, so let's just put that on the table right now. Whatever happened before you were there has nothing to do with you. They had a relationship that obviously didn't work out. They went their separate ways. They're going to hold a lot of animosity towards one another for a long time because chances are, you know, bio mom and bio dad did not do what they needed to do to solve their fucking problems. And especially because it'll be better for the kids, they didn't do what they had to do to kind of come to an agreement. So instead, they're going to let it bottle up and it's going to just come out in little segments over the next few years. Stepdad, you just happen to be there while all these little things are going to happen. So if bio-dad is, you know, going behind your back or saying things to the kids that take away your ability to parent or your ability to just be a parent, be an adult within the family, if he's going out of his way to do that to you, stepdad, and you're letting it affect you, whose fault is it? I mean, you already know he's going to do shit like that, right? He's proven it. He's proven that he's going to be a fucking pain in your ass for the next X amount of years until you either earn the respect or you leave. But that's bio-dad's objective. You have to remember, it's almost like, and this is going to sound shitty, but it's almost like owning property. I mean, Yes, he's not with mom anymore, but he still feels like there's, some sort of ownership there, mainly because they have kids and because they were together for so long. And he's going to do whatever it takes to make you work for it. Now, does that mean that he will continue to do this forever? I don't know. A lot of bio dads are different. A lot of bio dads are going to test you, like the kids. The kids are going to fucking test you. The kids are going to test you at every turn. They're going to see if you really want to be there. They're going to see, if your whole like I stepped up and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If those words hold true, so they're going to start testing you. But so is dad. Shit. So is mom. Unknowingly, mom is going to compare you and compare situations to her past relationship. It's not your fault, stepdad. That has nothing to do with you. She didn't properly do what was needed to mend her heart, so now her heart will be guarded. Your job is not to climb the walls. Your job is not to break down the barriers. Your job is to better yourself. Your job is to get to a point where the negativity from the bio parent, from the family members, from the friends, whatever, you have to get to a point where it doesn't affect you. You have to let it roll off your shoulders. Does that mean that you ignore it? No, I'm not saying ignore it. I'm saying acknowledge it, but I'm saying acknowledge it and then use it for power and strength, not weakness and cowardness and being a damn baby about it. I'm only saying this, guys, because when I first came into my blended family, there were family members, and when I say members, I mean plural plus 10, that did not want me there, that talk shit at every chance, any chance they had to say something bad about me or to compare me or to freaking, try to question the things that I was doing. It happened to me. And at first I really let it affect me. I even let it affect me to the point where I got in verbal arguments with like 7 different family members over the span of 2 months. But then I went back and I started to work on myself. I started to do the daily routines and habits that would better myself. I started to read books on my mind and how to manage my way around stupidity. Here's one thing you must remember, stepdad, and it's important you remember this. You can never underestimate the predictability of stupidity. I've said that before and I'll say it again. You can't. No matter how hard you try, if their will is strong enough, they will do whatever it takes to break you. The question is, are you going to let them? That's the better question. So whatever biodad is doing, and this is like 3 or 4 different stepdads, biodad is doing X, and because of X, my wife, or my partner and my wife, so a couple different ones, we are constantly fighting. Why? Why is what he said affecting your relationship? That's right, because you are letting it. You have to open up the lines of communication. You have to. I would start off by saying something along the lines, especially to mom, which is, and let's just call bio dad Mike. Hey, Mike is really undermining me in front of the children. He's really saying things that is just, it's not only is it not making me feel good, but it's making the kids look at me a different way, right? That's what Mike's doing. And Mike's doing all this, but guess what? I'm not going to let it affect me. He's going to do what he's going to do. I can only work hard each and every day to earn the power and the respect for myself so that I can move forward confidently within this blended family. I want to be here. I do. I want to be here. And I know it's not going to be easy. And I can't change what biodad is doing, but I can change how I'm reacting to it. And when you say this to mom, say this in a way that's confident and calm, without aggression, and you're just letting her know, like, hey, this is not going to be easy, but if we get on the same page, we can handle this together. You've heard me talk about this before, stepdads. Parenting's a 50-50 split. I don't fucking care how much you argue with me about how, the line in the sand is drawn and you're not real blood and all that bullshit. Okay? All that is bullshit, because at the end of the day, It's parenting. Now, for some of you who are listening, or some of you who may be sharing this information and you think, what the hell is he talking about? I don't want him disciplining my kids. You'll see that I said nothing about disciplining. I don't discipline my children the way I was disciplined, because I would probably be in jail, right? My dad used to whoop me and spank me and I would bleed and all that fun jazz. I'm sure you did too, if you grew up in my era. That's not how parenting is anymore. Parenting is trying to do things that will benefit the kids. So to all the stepdads that have sent me messages and that are having problems, stop allowing what he's saying to affect you, to affect your relationship. Sit down with your partner, open up the lines of communication, talk about what's going on, but then talk about how you two can move forward together to solve this problem. Don't try to fix the children. Don't try to convince the kids to love you more, or to convince the kids that he's wrong, because guess what? That's still dad. They're gonna take his side over you. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Your job is not to convince them that he's some sort of an evil son of a bitch that just talks shit behind, your back all the time. Your job is to show the kids that no matter what, I'm gonna be here. The bombs can go off, the shells and the ammunition and all that stuff can fire past my ears. It doesn't matter. I'm not going anywhere. He's gonna have to try a lot harder. And the kids will see it and they will respect it, because you're gonna do what it takes to better yourself, to better your relationships, and then you're gonna learn to communicate with the kids so you can show them that you're actually listening. And that's a lot of problems that parents have in general. They give the kids phones, or they put them in front of a television, and then they forget to learn. They don't ever take the chance and take a moment to get to know who their kids are. They don't have any real communication with them, so they don't know what their interests are and what they're into and what they like. And then before you know it, they lose that connection. Your job as a stepdad is to form a bond. Form a bond that shows them that you're listening and that you actually care. And eventually everything will play out. So, stepdads, to all you that wrote in, don't let it affect you. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your family's time. You have better things to be doing with your time. So take a step back, take a deep breath. Remember, you cannot control anything that happens outside the four walls of your house, but you can control how you react and respond to things. That I can promise you. All right, everyone, that was episode 121 of the show. Thank you again very much. Thank you guys for joining me, for listening, if you're listening, for watching, if you're watching, for subscribing to the YouTube show. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, you guys are killing it. All right, be well. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Listen, if you know a stepdad who is in need of any of this information, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and share this episode with them as fast as possible. Did you do it? Okay, you did it.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.